Okay, good afternoon to one and all. Our subject is object-oriented analysis and design using UML. First of all, what is meant by an object? Object, that is, the object means it is a thing or a person which perform particular action or feeling. For example, object means suppose in our college student is one object. Suppose department one object, and same suppose in library suppose librarian is one object, book is one object. Object means the object is a thing. This thing means this book is one thing. Or person means librarian is person which can perform particular action or feeling. So every object has performed some action. It is suppose in library management system, librarian perform some action. It is issuing the book or return the book. And suppose thing book book has some properties. It is book has title name and issuing a number and department. And this book has some properties. So object means object is a thing or person in the entire system. System is suppose in library management system, librarian is one thing, book is one thing. Same suppose in another thing, suppose in banking system. In banking system, customer is one object, ATM is one object, manager is one object, and account is one object. So in different systems, there are different objects. So what is meant by object-oriented analysis and design? In any system, we must identify the objects. First, identify the objects and what are the objects in the system. And by identifying the objects, you must design the system by using UML, Unified Modeling Language. This Unified Modeling Language is used for to design any system. It is to design any system. So in our syllabus, there are 6 units. First one, uh, in first unit, you are covering with the structure of system. It is the structure of any system and what are the object model, and what are the elements in the object model and how to apply object model for to particular system. First one, the structure of system, and second one is what are the attributes of the system and how organize the system and deorganize the system, and evaluation of object model and foundation of object model, the elements of object model, and apply the object model to particular system. In first unit, you are explain about structure of complex system and object model. In second unit, you are explain about nature of objects and relation between among the objects and nature of the class and relationship among the class and interplay of classes and objects and identify the classes and objects and importance of classification and identify the classes and objects and key abstractions and mechanisms. In total entire second unit, you are explaining about objects. What are the objects and nature of the objects and what are the relationships. That is, there are different types of relationships in the objects. It is relationships means dependency, association, realization, association. It is there are different types of relationships. First you are identify the objects, and next one relationship among the objects, and next nature of the class. Nature of the class means first we are class. It is the class means A class is represent a set of objects that share the common structure and common behavior. 12 in C plus or Java language, you know about class, but in natural, class means it represents a set of objects. Suppose it represents, suppose class is book. Book has different properties, same, but all the books have some common structure and common behavior. That is, suppose in library management system, the common structure, that is, book has some author and title number, and next one is accessing number. It has some properties, same for class. Relationship among the classes, same, there are four relationships, that is the four relationship among the classes, and interplay of classes and objects, and identify the classes and objects. Suppose if any system, you must identify the classes and objects. And next, classifications of objects, and identify the objects and key abstraction. Total in second unit, you are explain about objects and relationship among the objects. Next one, classes, classes among the relationship among the classes. And next one, in any system, suppose in a library management system or in uh, ATM system or in railway reservation system, in any system, you must identify the classes and objects. Total in second unit, you are explain about object and classes. Next, third unit. In third unit, we are introducing about UML, that is UML language. What are the concept model of UML and architecture, and what are the classes and relationships and common mechanisms. And in third unit, we are explain about two diagrams, class diagram and object diagram. In total syllabus, there are 9 diagrams. In 9 diagrams, we are explained two diagrams, that is class diagram, and next one is object diagram in third unit. Next, in fourth unit, it is in fourth unit, you are explain about the behavior modeling, that is the behavior model of any system. It is interactions, it is the interactions between the classes, and interaction diagrams. Interaction diagrams, there are two types of interaction diagrams, sequential diagram and collaboration diagrams. Next one, use cases and use case diagram and activity diagram. This in fourth unit, you are explain about four diagrams. It is interaction diagram and use case diagram and activity diagram. So totally in fourth unit, we are explain the behavior of the system. Behavior means how the object interact. One object can interact with another object. Suppose in library management system, how the person and the librarian and student, how to interact, what are the communication, that is what are the communication, what are the messages transfer between one object to another object. Same, use cases, that is the use cases means the what are the use cases performed by the particular object, that is the what are the actions performed by the student, and what are the actions performed by the librarian, and what are the communication between the two students. It is represented by use case diagram. And next one is activity diagram. It is the activity diagram means what are the activities performed by the student, what are the sequence, that is sequence of activities performed by the librarian, or what are the sequence activities performed by the students by this issuing the book, return the book. And same, suppose in ATM system, what are the activity, that is what are the activities performed by the the customer, that is customer is represented in activity diagram. Is suppose in the ATM system, you are directly getting the cash or not directly getting the cash. First you are performing some actions, it is so performing some activities. First you are inserting the card. Next, after inserting the card, you are selecting the language. After selecting the language, enter the account type, sorry, pin. Next, enter the account number, account type, and next you are enter the amount, of amount. After entering the amount, some processing is performed. Next, you get the cash. So what are the activities? That is, what are the activities performed by the system is represented by an activity diagram. In fourth unit, it represents the entire behavior. It is the behavior of the system. The behavior of the system is represented by fourth unit. Next one, in fifth unit were represented by events. That is, what are the events performed by the system and state of the system. That is, the state mechanisms and processing and threads and time and space. That is, the time and space and state chart diagrams. The time and space. What are the events? That is, what are the events performed in the particular system? It is first events means the particular object is performed by the particular events and the signals pass from one system to another system and the state of the system. That is, the state of the system is it is in the processing or in the verification or under the verification and represented by different behavior and time and space. Time and space means first which action is performed, which event is performed by the first, and next which action is performed by next. It is represented by state chart diagram. It is in total in fifth unit you are represents the advanced behavior modeling. In advanced behavior modeling you are representing one diagram. It is state chart diagram. Next, in sixth unit, that is, in sixth unit, you are representing architecture model. That is, what are the architecture of this particular system? What are the components of the system? And what are the deployments of the system? And represented by component diagram and deployment diagram. So there are the 6 units in your syllabus. First one, first in first unit, we are representing about uh, system, complex system. What are the structure of the complex system? And next one is what are the attributes of the complex system and organization of the complex system. And next one is deorganization of object system, object model. In second unit, you are explain about objects, and next one is class. What are the relationship and object, and third object. From third unit onwards, that is from third unit onwards, there are 9 diagrams in UML language. In 9 diagrams, in the third unit, you are explained 2 diagrams, class diagram and object diagram. In fourth unit, you are explained about 4 diagrams. That is, in interaction diagram, there are 2 diagrams. This first one is sequential diagram and collaboration diagram. Next one, use case diagram, activity diagram. This in fourth unit, you are explained about 4 diagrams. This in sequential diagram, collaboration diagram, use case diagram, and activity diagram. Next, in fifth unit, we are explain about state chart diagram. In sixth unit, we are explain about 2 diagrams, that is component diagram and deployment diagram. Totally, we are explain 9 diagrams in entire syllabus. Okay, first in first unit, total total the UML, that is the main building blocks of the UML is the first one is things, second one is relationships, and third one is diagrams. First one, things. That is, things means there are 4 types of things. First one, structural things. Second one is behavioral things. Third one is grouping things. And fourth one is annotational things. Total in UML language, there are 4 types of things. It is structural things. Second one is behavioral things. Third one is grouping things. And fourth one is annotational things. Suppose structural things, that is the structural things. There are 7 types of structural things. First one is class, second one is interface, third one is active class, fourth one is use case, fifth one is component, sixth one is collaboration, and the seventh one is node. There are 7 types of structural things. In structural things, says the class is used in second unit, interface third unit, and the interface is used in fourth unit, and component and node is in sixth unit. So there are seven types of structural things. There are seven types of structural things is used in different diagrams. Totally, you have 9 diagrams. In 9 diagrams, you are using seven structural things. Next one, behavior. It is interaction and state mission. It is there are two things, behavioral things, interaction and state mission. It is the interaction is used in fourth unit. That is interaction diagrams. Interaction diagrams. State mission. That is the state mission is used in fifth unit. That is state chart diagram. And next one is grouping things. That is packages. The packages used in sixth unit. That is the packages used in sixth unit. And annotational things, that is the annotational things means, suppose if any comments, that is if any comments in the diagrams, you are represented by note. Totally you are four things: structural, behavioral, grouping and annotational things. The four things is covered in 3 units, that is third unit, fourth unit, fifth unit and sixth unit. In third unit were covered class diagram and object diagram. So in class diagram and object diagram, you are using classes. That is, we are using classes. And next one is active classes. Next, in fourth unit, we are using interaction diagram. In interaction diagram, we are using interaction. That is the interaction. And next interaction. In interaction diagram, there are two types of interaction diagrams. First one is sequential diagram and collaboration diagram. So behavioral model is used in fourth unit. Next, same advanced behavioral model you explain in fifth unit. State mission, that is the state chart diagram. That is in state chart diagram we are using state mission. Next, grouping things, that is the grouping things is used in sixth unit for component diagram. That is for component diagram. And in sixth unit you are explain another diagram, that is deployment diagram. In deployment diagram you are using node, that is the node is used in sixth unit. So totally you are having four things: structural, behavioral, grouping and annotational things. Next, relationships, that is in relationship there are four types of relationships, mainly four types of relationships in UML. First one, dependency. Second one, generalization. Third one, association. Fourth one, realization. Okay, total in our syllabus, there are four types of relationships. That is relationship among the objects. In second unit, we have explained about relationship. This is what are the relationship among the classes, what are the relationship among the objects. So there are four types of relationship among the classes or objects. First one, dependency. Dependency. Second one, generalization. Third one, association. And fourth one, realization. So only four relationships. By using things and relationship, we are drawing 9 diagrams. That is, we are drawing 9 diagrams in UML. Totally, you are having only 9 diagrams in UML. First one, class. Next one, object. The two class and object is explained in third unit. And next one is interaction diagrams. That is, the interaction diagrams means sequential diagram and collaboration diagram. Sequential diagram and collaboration diagrams. The two diagrams is commonly known as interaction diagrams. The interaction diagrams represents in fourth unit. And use case diagram, and next one is activity diagram. It is two diagrams is explained in fourth unit. Totally we have 9 diagrams. In third unit you will explain 2 diagrams. In fourth unit you will explain 4 diagrams. In fifth unit, that is in fifth unit we are explained state chart diagram. It is state chart diagram explained in fifth unit. And component and deployment diagram. It is the component and deployment diagram is explained in sixth unit. So totally you in UML you have 9 diagrams. In 9 diagrams explained in 4 units, that is third, fourth, fifth, sixth unit. And having four relationships. The four relationships is used in 9 diagrams. It is based on the diagram and based on the situation, based on the interaction among the objects. That is the interaction among the objects or interaction among the classes. We are using four relationships. And next one is things. That is, there are four types of things. In structural things, there are seven things. Behavioral, there are two types of behavioral things and one package, that is grouping thing and annotational things. It is based on the classes, that is based on the class, and based on the behavior, it is based on the modeling. That is, in object modeling, you are using object and relationships. Suppose in object diagram, you are using object and relationships. In class diagram, you are using classes, that is classes means structural things, we are using relationships. And next one, in use case diagram, it is in use case diagram, you are using uh, use case things, that is use case things means structural things and relationships. Next one, in sequence and collaboration diagram, it is in sequence and collaboration diagrams, we are using uh, class and sequence. That is, sequence means the interaction, that is the interaction from one object to another object, how the interaction from one object to another object, that is what are the communication between the two objects is represented by interaction diagram. Next one, state chart diagram. It is in state chart diagram, we are representing state mission. That is, we are representing state mission and state mission, that is the state mission and relationships. Next, in activity diagram, we are representing active class, that is the active class and a relationship among the active classes. Next one, in component diagram, you are explaining about packages, that is the packages, what are the packages. The each package is represented by one component. That is, package means, suppose in Java language, package means the collection of classes. Same, suppose in system you are represent one component, that is the component means the collection of classes. Component represented by package means collection of classes, that is called grouping. That is, grouping means package. So package represented in component diagram. And next one is deployment diagram. It is the deployment diagram. In deployment diagram, the represented by nodes. That is node and relationship among the nodes. So totally in UML 9 diagrams. So first in our syllabus, we're starting with structure of complex system. It is, what is the structure of complex system? Suppose there are different types of systems. It is computer system, or suppose structure of plants and animals. That is, the plants and animals, or the structure of social institutions. That is, the structure of social institutions, or the structure of social organizations. That is, there are different types of systems. Suppose ATM. Suppose the ATM is one of the system. Suppose the computer is one of the system. Suppose library management system is one of the system. Banking, that is, banking is one type of system. And reservation, suppose railway reservation is one type of system. And next one, online shopping, that is, online shopping is one type of system, and offline shopping is one type of system. System. It is, there are different types of systems. Suppose, for example, computer. That is, the computer system is one type of system. It has some components. That is, it has some objects. That is, CPU is one object, and input is, input means keyboard, and output means monitor. And ALU, CU. It is, ALU is one object, and CU is one object. Registers and logic gates. That is, in any system there are different types of objects. That is, there are different types of objects. First you are identify the objects. Suppose to design any system, you are identify the objects. It is CPU, input, output, ALU, CU, registers, logical gates. These are the components in the system. Now, any system can be decomposed. That is, any system can be decomposed in hierarchically and use different levels of abstraction. Suppose system can be decomposed. Suppose in computer system, the system divide into different components or objects based on the hierarchy. Next one, the structure of plants and animals. That is, suppose in multicellular organism, that is multicellular organism, we are using roots, streams, and leaves. Suppose in plants we are using roots and stems and leaves. So in plants there are different types of objects. That is, root is one object, and stems is one object, and leaves is one object. What are the relationship? That is, what are the relationship among the roots and stems and leaves? There are four types of relationships. Next, the cooperate and exhibition, photosynthesis and transmission, and behavior. It is the behavior of the systems. The cells and some objects is common to plants and animals. So in suppose you are explaining about plants, there are different types of objects. Next one, structure of social systems. That is the structure of social institutions. That is, social institutions means, suppose if any organization, social institutions means, suppose educational institutions. In educational institutions, there are different types of organizations. In organization, branches, departments, office. Suppose in our college, there are different types of departments. That is, there are different types of branches. In every branch, some department represented by departments, and every department has a departmental office. It is this is system. It is the system represented by hierarchically. In any system, you are identify the objects. That is, the college is one object. A college has some another object. That is branches. And next one is in branch has some departments, and departments has some offices, and every department has uh, some objects. That is students, faculty, and teaching staff and non-teaching staff. So the every system, it is there are different types of systems. Suppose in ATM, your ATM, the ATM as one system. In ATM, there are different types of organizations. That is ATM. First, we are using ATM machine. Next, customer. The every ATM system having some customer. It is the customer allotted by the bank, and the customer performs some operations, and relation between the customer and ATM, and relationship between the customer and bank, and relationship between bank and ATM. So suppose in the ATM system there are three objects. First one bank, second one customer, third one is ATM. So ATM performs some operation, customer performs some operations, and bank, that is bank, perform some operations. That is, there are different types of systems. Suppose in railway reservation system, you're having different objects. Suppose in railway reservation system, you have same passenger, and next one is clerk, and reservation, railway reservation system, and next one is railway reservation system, and next one is uh, availability of tickets, and next one is sourcing destination points. There are different types. That is, in every system we're having different objects. Suppose in computer there are different types of objects, and there are relationship among the objects. And in plants and animals there are different types of plants, and structural system there are different types of organization, branches, departments, and offices. For example, in banking system, there are different types of objects. In library management system, there are different types of objects. In ATM system, there are different type of objects. In railway reservation system, there are different types of objects. So in any system, it is any system, to design any system, first you are identify the objects. Next, find the relationship among the objects, and how to design an object, how to design a system. Next one, bank. That is, in banking system, it is in banking system there are different types of objects. For example, you are using bank. So bank has some code and address, and bank, that is the bank has some customers. That is customers, bank, customer, the every customer has some properties. This customer has some property means, in banking system, bank is one object. Is one object. Customer is one object. Account is one object. ATM is one object. ATM transactions is one object. And in account, there are two types of accounts. That is current account and saving account. Saving account. the every object, that is the every object. Suppose in banking system there are different types of objects, that is bank and customer. So every object has some properties. Suppose bank has some properties, that is suppose in bank has some IFSA code and address means branch, that is branch name. And next one is bank name. IFC code means IFC code represents bank, that is SBI Bank or Andhra Bank or Syndicate Bank. Next address, that is the address represents branch. Branch means it is Guntur branch or Broadipet branch. It represents branches. Next one, every bank has manages and maintains some operations. That is operations means it maintains some saving accounts and loan accounts. The next one is agricultural loan. So the bank is an object. The object can perform, has some properties, and it performs some operations. Starting object means in a thing, that is a thing or person. Suppose bank is a one thing, it performs some actions means it performs some actions means it has manages some saving accounts, loan accounts, and agricultural loans. Okay, agriculture loans and another operations. So the customer is one object, that is the every bank has some customer. So the relation between it is the relation there is some relation from bank to customer. So the customer is one object in the banking system. The customer has some properties, customer is properties, and it performs some operations. Suppose every customer has name, address, date of birth, and the ATM card number. And next one is PIN number and account. And every customer has some account. That is, the account is another object. There is some relation between customer and account. That is, the customer is another object. The customer is one object, and account is another object. Account is another object. The account has some properties, that is account has number, and every account has some balance, and every account has performed some operations, that is deposit, withdraw, and create transaction. So bank has some objects, banking and customer and account. Suppose bank is a thing, a customer is one person. The bank has some properties or performing some action, and the customer performing some action. Next, account is one object. The account has some properties, and account has performed some operations, that is deposit, withdraw, creation. So bank has another object, the ATM. The ATM managed by some bank, that is the ATM has some locality and managed by particular bank. And ATM transactions, that is the ATM transactions performed by the account holder or customer. This the relation between it is there is some relation between customer and ATM, and there is some relation between account and ATM. There is some relation between account and ATM transactions. So the every system, it is in banking system, there are different types of objects, that is ATM, transaction, account, customer, and bank. In any system, it is any complex system, first you are identify the objects. What are the objects? Next, what are the relationship? That is, this customer has some relation between ATM, the customer has a relationship with bank, the customer has a relationship in account. So one object can relation, that is one object can have relationship from different objects. Same bank, that is the bank relationship with the ATM, bank relationship with the customer, bank relationship with account, and the account has some relationship with the ATM. So suppose if any account holder performs some action, the ATM transactions, that is it perform ATM transactions. Next, account, that is in account there are two types of accounts. First one current account, next one saving account. So in banking system, it is in banking system is one complex system. In there are different types of objects. So it is a objects. There are some relationship between objects. Suppose the another system is librarian. That is, in library system, library management system, there are different types of objects. That is, there are different types of objects. The first one is librarian. It is the librarian. The librarian has some properties and it performs some actions. That is, performs some actions. Suppose and member record. That is, member means the student or faculty is member record. It has some properties and performs some action. Next one, suppose if a librarian performs some action, it creates a transaction. Transaction is one object, and next one is bill is one object, and book is one object. And what are the relationship between the objects? That is, suppose the librarian and member record and book, transaction and bill. Suppose every object has performed some actions, and every object has some properties, and every object has a relationship with another object. Suppose librarian, the librarian relation with the transaction, the librarian relation with bill, and suppose member record. That is, member record means the students or faculty. That is, student has a faculty relation with bill. Bill means the every for every transaction you must issue the bill. And next one, member record has some relation with book. That is, book means the book for issuing the book, for return the book to the member record. Here member record means student or faculty. Suppose in library management system there are different types of objects. The every object has some properties and every object performs some actions, and every object has relation between another object. Suppose librarian, the librarian has username and password, and librarian performing some operations. First one is searching the book. Suppose the book is available in the library or not. Suppose for issuing the any book, that is for issuing the any book, first you are identify the book is present in the library or not. First operation is searching. Next, second, verify the member. Suppose the student belongs to our college or not, or our department library member or not. Next, after verifying the member, he has performed the another operation, issue the book. Suppose to issue the book to particular member record. Suppose the another operation is create bill and return book. That is, the librarian has one object, it has some properties, and he performs some actions. Suppose member recorder. The member recorder means the student or faculty. The student or faculty has some properties. Suppose student has member ID, and next one is type of member. That is, type of member means student or faculty, and date of membership, and number of books issued, and maximum book limit, and name. It is name of the member recorder, and next one is address of member record. It is member recorder is another object. He has some properties, and he also performs some actions. That is, uh, first one is retrieve the member, and next one is increase the book issues and decreasing the book issues, and next one is pay the bill. He performs some actions. Same book, that is the book has some properties. That is, the every book has author, and next every book has name, and next one is price, and next first one is read number, and next one is status of the book. That is, the book is in issue status or in library position. And next one, edition. That is first edition, second edition, or third edition. And next one is display the book details and update the status. This book has some properties. Suppose in any system, it is any complex system. It is the library system or either ATM bank system. First, you are identify the objects and what are the relation between the objects. Object means already you are explained object. Object means it is thing or person. Suppose in library management, librarian and member recorder is persons. Suppose book is one object, transaction is one object, and bill is another object. It is a thing. That is, it performs some operations. That is, it performs some operations. It is a library management system. Next one, ATM system. It is in the ATM system, the ATM maintained by ATM means it is ATM every ATM maintained by bank. Suppose every bank, that is bank has customer, and every customer has account. That is the customer has account. The customer must have debit card, and every account has performed some ATM transactions. That is every account holder. Suppose in ATM machine, that is in ATM machine, every the ATM machine maintained by the bank and the customer has some account number, and the customer has debit card, and the account has some ATM transactions. There are different types of ATM transactions, that is withdraw, and next one is any inquiry, that is query transactions, and transfer transaction and pin validation transaction. So account, there are two types of accounts, is current account and saving account. Suppose in ATM system, it is in ATM system, there are different types of transactions, and every ATM card, that is every ATM card is debit card. Debit card is card number and own and accessing, and every ATM holder, that is every ATM holder has some ATM card holder has customer of particular bank. That is so in ATM system, it is in ATM system, first one bank, that is bank maintained by ATM, and next one is bank maintained by customer. So to design the ATM system, first to have one object bank, and bank maintains one ATM, and also bank maintains one customer. So every bank has some relationship to another object ATM, and every bank is relationship to another object customer, and every customer has some debit card. Every customer has one debit card. There is one object, it is debit card has relationship with the bank, and same debit card with relationship customer. So one object can relationship with one or more objects. Next, customer. Every customer has some account. Every account has some debit card. So the debit card has relationship with three objects. It is debit card relationship with the account, debit card relationship with the customer, debit card relationship with bank. It is the ATM card or a debit card issued by the bank. Every customer has debit card, and every account has one debit card. So the debit card has three relationship with the bank, customer, and accounts. Next one, every customer performs some ATM transactions. That is, the ATM transactions performed by the particular account. So the ATM transaction is another object. It has a relationship with the ATM information and account. So ATM transactions, that is the ATM transactions. It is there are different types of ATM transactions. That is withdraw, query, transfer, and pin validations. That is, the ATM transactions has four types of transactions. So the four transactions represented by one object. That is withdraw represented by one object, inquiry represented by one object, transfer action represented by one object, and pin validation represented by another object. Next, account. That is the account has two types. It is current account and saving account. The current account has some relationship with account, and saving, that is saving account has relationship with account. So in the ATM system, it is in the ATM system, to design ATM system, first you are identify the what are the objects in the system. It is what are the objects in the system. Next one, after identifying the objects, you are finding the relationship among the systems. That is relationship among the systems, and find the properties of the each objects, and find the operations performed by the each object. Next one, railway reservation system. It is in railway reservation system, you are identifying, suppose in railway reservation system, offline railway reservation system, we're having different types of objects. It is passenger. Passenger is one object, it is person, and ticket clerk is one person, and next one is ticket. That is the ticket is uh, a thing. That is a thing, and next one is payments, and next one is every passenger. That is the every passenger, uh, relationship with the train. It is train in one object. That is true for any reservation. Train is one object, and railway clerk. That is the railway clerk has relationship with railway database. That is railway database means suppose for any reservation, first you are identify the availability of reservation. That is the availability of reservation. The reservation is available or not. So for railway reservation system, there are different types of objects. That is, payment is one object, and next one is railway ticket is one object, and passenger is one object. And next one is ticket clerk is one object, railway database is one object, and train is one object. So to design any system, it is to design any system, first you are identify the objects, and next one is find the relationship among the objects. Suppose if any complex system it is, in any complex system it is, any complex system, the complex system first identify the objects and find the relationship among the objects. So there are the different types of complex systems. The complex systems, in complex systems, it is complex system means it is any computer system. It is like not a computer system, any system. It is banking system, railway system, or ATM system, any system. And next one, social, that is the structure of social institutions. Suppose the banks, sorry, suppose any institutions, that is college or university, that is the university has some properties and organization. Suppose college, the college has departments and has students and staff. That is, suppose in college, the college is one object, and department is one object, and student is one object, and faculty is one object. The every college has department, the department has some students and faculty. There is some relation between four objects. So there are different types of systems. Suppose banking, ATM, railway reservation, there are four types of systems. So the any complex system, it is the attributes of the complex system. It is the attributes of complex system. There are five attributes of the complex system. It is properties of complex system or characteristics of the complex system. Okay, first one, it can be decomposed. That is, it can be decomposed in hierarchy. It is, suppose any system, it is the any system can be decomposed. It is decomposed means divided into different components or objects. Suppose in any complex system, suppose any complex system can be decomposed. Suppose in college system, in college decomposed into different systems based on the hierarchy. It is based on the hierarchy means college has different departments. The departments has some students and faculty, and students have some classes. That is second year, third year, fourth year. So the every system has decomposed. The first property is decompose. Next, second one, concept of primitive component in is subjective. That is the every system has primitive component. That is the every system has some simple components and primitive components based on the subjective. Suppose the every component means, suppose in college, that is the college has some simple components. That is student is one component or object. Suppose in library, book is one component or object. That is the every component, that is based on the subjective. It is based on the subjective or based on the abstractive. There are some primitive components. That is the primitive components in the system. Next, third one is intra-component linkage are found stronger than inter-component linkage. That is, there is a communication. That is, there is a communication between component to component, or the communication between the within the components. That is, there is some relationship between the one component to another components. Already we are knowing relationships. That is, the linkages means relationship. That is, the relation between one component to another component is intra-component relationship. It is inter-component relationship. It is the relationship between within the component is called inter-relationship. Next one, the creating by combining various way of limited simple subway components. That is, in any components you are in a system, you are finding the subcomponents. The subcomponents has some common patterns. That is, subcomponents has some common patterns means suppose we are identifying the components in the system. It is we are identifying the components in the system. The components has common patterns. Suppose in library management system, the book has common pattern. It is book has common patterns means the every book has some title name, author, edition. Next one is accessing number. That is so every book has some common pattern. Suppose in college, the every student has some common patterns. That is common pattern means suppose student has name, hall ticket number, branch, and next one class, that is third year or second year. So every component, that is in every system, the component has common patterns. The last one is it evaluated from simple system that works. Suppose to design any system, first you are implementing a simple system. By working simple system, you are implementing complex system. It is evaluated from simple system. Suppose in banking system, first we are working with one ATM, next we are working with three, and next one 10 or 20. By distributing the total country, we are developing the complex system. But first we are evaluating by the simple system. So totally the five attributes, that is the five attributes of the complex system. The any complex system can be decomposed by based on the hierarchy. Second one, every complex system has some simple components, and every component has some relationship between one object to another object. And next one is every component, that is some components has common patterns, and every system is evaluated by simple systems. Totally the five attributes, that is the five attributes of the system. It is the attributes are properties of the system. So first complex system, next one the attributes of the complex system. It is any system, it is any social institutions or any organizations or any is represented by one complex system. Okay, thank you, Ananda.